And now we have successfully completed our dynamic prototype on Figma. And hello everyone, this is Pai and welcome to On Design channel. In this video, we're gonna create a dynamic prototype using Boolean variables in Figma, as well as other prototyping features like conditions, set variables, and things like that. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. First thing first, you need to duplicate this file, which is the undesigned design system for YouTube. I have put the link down in the description. You can also find this on Community. As you can see, we're going to use this checkbox component to make our lives a lot easier, because we're going to assign variables to these booleans. So yeah, if you want to follow this video, please make sure to duplicate this one, and you can create another file and just duplicate those. As you can see, I've done it here, and I just duplicated, and I have a list of all. So when I want to select this checkbox, these both should be activated, and if I make it unchecked, both should be unchecked. So yeah, let's see what we're dealing with first. So as you can see, we have each of these items, vegetables and fruits, each of those have 4 possibilities right now. So one possibility is both are true, which is going to be all. It's going to affect our all here. And then both are all false, again, it's going to affect all. So for example, if they're both selected, we're going to set the selected to true. And if they're both false, we're going to set the selected to false. Something like that. And then we have the indeterminate. Which one is the indeterminate? So here, if you recall, in our basically design system series, we created the indeterminate for our checkbox. So if I hit this, as you can see here, you can see that we get an indeterminate stage. That means one of these are active, basically. For example, this is active, but since this is not checked, the all is unchecked, and that is indeterminate. So yeah, as you can see, we have, for each of these, we have 4 possibilities: true, true, false, true, true, false, and false, true. And we need to create conditions for all of these 4, basically for both of these. So first, let's assign some variables to these. And first thing first, we need to create local variables. We need to create 4 booleans. So let's go and create variable. It's going to be boolean. First one is going to be all, and the value doesn't matter here right now. It can be false. And then let's go with the second one. This is going to be indeterminate, right? And the next one is going to be our vegetables. And the last one is going to be fruits. And if you add the third one here or fourth one, you can add those too, but each of those need to be prototype one by one. So yeah, let's see what we need to do first. First, we want to trigger the check. So whenever I hit on this one, I need to make sure it's checked. So first, let's select this box and hit Shift Space in order to create the preview. Actually, open the preview to see. And as you can see, when I click on each of these, nothing happens. So first, in order to assign the variables, we need to select these. Make sure that your component, if you're using a custom component, make sure that your component has these booleans. So for the one that I created in that video, which I add the link down in the description, you can see that we have both selected and indeterminate inside the variance of our component. So for the selected, I'm gonna assign it to all, because it's all. And for indeterminate, I'm gonna assign it to indeterminate, something like that. And then whenever in my prototype, I trigger these, this one automatically goes check if the all is true, or if the indeterminate is true. So let's go and do the vegetables and fruits. So we don't need the indeterminate for these, and we're gonna just assign the selected to the related one. So this is vegetables, and its related variable is gonna be vegetables. and fruits, here in selected, go find the fruits variable. All right, now we have completed our first step. Next thing, we want to have a simple check as mentioned. So let's go to the prototype tab and select our first one and add an interaction here. And from the plus button here, which says add action, you're gonna find conditional, and we're gonna write some conditions here: if and else, do some action, if not, do another action, things like that. So yeah, we're gonna see if or all is false. So right now it's false, right? Because it's not checked. So write condition if all equals to false, and then we're gonna click outside, and we're gonna add action here. So if all equals to false, we're gonna set the variable here, and the variable is gonna be all. We're gonna set all to true, and otherwise, before adding the else, let's go ahead and test it. So here, as you can see, this is a prototype, and if I, this is this has an action, as you can see even when I hover over it. So if I click on it, as you can see, it gets activated, and that's because we basically connected this selected to all variable. So now we can trigger all however we want inside the conditional. So let's go ahead and restart it again. If I click on it, you can see that it gets activated. And else would be if all is not false, which is going to be, in our case, because all is a Boolean, is going to be true. So we're going to set the variable all to false. So now if it's activated, it's going to notice that the all isn't false. Then it's going to, when you click on it, then it's going to set the all to false. Right now, again, and as you can see, we can easily toggle our all item checkbox. So let's go ahead and apply those to these as well. So we have a base to start. Again, we're gonna go to conditional, set vegetables, because this is vegetable. If vegetable equals to false, then we're gonna set variable vegetable to true. Otherwise, we're gonna again set variable vegetable to false. Now let's go ahead and test it, and as you can see, we have that as well. All right, let's go with the fruits. Again, it's super easy. You just need to take your time and make sure everything is set. Don't make any mistakes here. Just be patient and continue. Conditional, if fruits equal to false, we're gonna set variable fruits to true. Otherwise, or else, we're gonna set variable fruits to false. Okay, let's go and test it. And as you can see, we have all of these, and now we have just some checkbox. And you can do that with basically you could do that with previous Figma features without variables, creating variants and things like that. But we want to make it a little bit more dynamic, and in order to do that, using variables, we do not duplicate these. We basically use our components how they are, and we just assign Boolean variants. Okay, now I want to when I want to click on all, I want to activate these two. So what we can do is basically, again, open that interaction that we created earlier for all, and now we're gonna add two variants. Actually not. We're gonna add basically two set variables from actions. Let me pick it from the list here, set variable, and I'm gonna put it underneath everything, as you can see. So whenever I want to trigger this one, I need to affect these. So that's why I created that. So I'm gonna put it underneath everything. So it's gonna follow these. So if the all is gonna be true, we're gonna affect these, and if all is false, again we're gonna affect these. So we're gonna pick variable. We're gonna first we're gonna go with vegetables, and that is gonna be equals to false. So we're gonna set variable here after everything. So vegetables equals all, and then sorry, and then we're gonna set another variable, and that's gonna be fruits, and that is also gonna be equal to all. And right now, as you can see, if I toggle all, they all get activated and deactivated at the same time because we set these variables. So right now we kind of have these two finished, as you can see, and we need to these two finish for all, for this one, and we need to go through these for each one, step by step for each of these. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we're gonna add some conditions for the vegetables. Whenever I trigger this, I want to see some changes happening to all, because we want to have the indeterminate section as well. Indeterminate, you want to add the indeterminate variant here activated. So let's go ahead and do that. What we can do is basically create 4 conditions here. So we have one condition for activating it, and we need 4 conditions for these. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to create another conditional. First, let's say true, true. If vegetables equal to true, you're going to use and here. And fruits equal to true, right? Then we're going to set all variable to true. And then if our indeterminate variable is true, we're going to set that to false as well, just to be sure. So we're going to set the indeterminate to false. All right. Next one. Don't worry, you're not going to see it right now, but when you complete all these functions for both, you can see how it animates basically. So this is one condition. So this one, this was the first one, true, true. Let's go add another condition, and that is going to be, let me collapse this so you can see it better. Okay, that is going to be if vegetables equal to false and fruits equal to false, so both are false, as you can see here, we're going to set the both indeterminate and all to false, because obviously when both are false, this checkbox needs to be empty. So let's go and set variable. All is gonna be false. Set another variable from here plus, as you can see, this is condition first rule, and if I hit here on the plus, I can set another variable, and that is gonna be indeterminate, and set it to false as well. All right, now we created these two, and let's go continue and create the indeterminate one. And let's select our vegetable, hit interaction. It'll also, let's collapse this and see how it goes. Okay, now we have 3 conditions for now. So the first one, again, I'm going to recap. The first one is just to activate this, and the rest is going to be controlling all based on what these two are. So we need to duplicate this for the fruits as well. All right, I'm going to add another condition. And from here, as you can see, the vegetables, if the vegetables are true but fruits are false, we're going to set the all to indeterminate. So I'm going to select my vegetables. So in if, right condition, I'm going to select vegetables. If vegetables equal to true, and is important here. Do not use or it's going to, act weirdly. So yeah, choose and then it's going to be fruit equals to false. So right now, as you can see, I have this one. So vegetables is true, fruits is false. Then we want to set all to false to deactivate the all variant. And then we're going to set the indeterminate variable, so indeterminate, to true. All right, once again, we need to do the opposite. Let me collapse this one, and then set another condition, which is gonna be if fruits equal to false, and if vegetables equals to false and fruits equals to is equal to true, so this is the exact opposite of the previous condition, we're gonna add, set the variable again. We're gonna set the all to false, sorry. So as you can see here, we always want to set all to false when we want to activate the indeterminate to prevent any like bugs, because yeah, just to be safe. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but yeah, just to be safe, we will always deactivate all when we want to trigger the indeterminate. Then, so when the all is added, we're gonna set variable indeterminate to true. And as you can see, we have 5 conditions for this vegetable, 1 affecting itself and the other 4 affecting all. So let's go ahead and test it. So imagine the fruits is activated, right? If I tap on vegetable, all gets activated too, because obviously both are activated, and all means both of them are activated. So again, if fruits is not checked, and if I click on vegetable, you can see that all gets selected. And yeah, basically that's it. We need to do these for the fruits as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that here. Conditions, let's collapse this. And then for fruits, again, we're gonna create another condition, which fruits equal to true and vegetables equal to true as well. Then we're gonna set the all variable. Basically, we want to set the indeterminate variable to false, and then we're gonna set the all variable to true. Again, I'm gonna fast forward and create another condition, and if fruits equal to false and vegetables equal to false, so they both false here, I'm gonna add an action which is gonna be set variable, and I'm gonna set all to false as well as indeterminate to false. And as you can see, we have added 2 conditions here. Sorry, it's gonna be false. So if fruits and vegetables both are false, we're gonna remove all the variance from this one. So all and indeterminate is gonna be false. Now we need to take care of these 2. And again, conditional. If vegetables equal to, no, not vegetables, sorry. If fruits equal to false and vegetables equal to true, we're gonna set the all variable to false and set the indeterminate variable to true. Again, as you can see, it's completed. Sorry if I do it too fast, because yeah, I basically showed you how it's done. Just fast forward, and if you want to learn again, go back to the video and start. And last possibility, which is the conditional. Conditional, we're gonna go fruit is true, as you can see here, equal to true, and vegetables equal to false. And as you can see, we are figuring out the last column. Then again, we're gonna set the all variable to false, and from here the plus button here, again set variable indeterminate to true. And as you can see, we have 5 conditions here. Let's go ahead and test it. So if I click on fruits, as you can see, this gets activated, and if I click on vegetables, this one gets activated. But there's only one thing remaining here that we need to do. As you can see, if I click on the indeterminate, you can see that the indeterminate doesn't go away. We need to fix that. So how we can fix that is basically go here to all, and we're gonna add another condition here. So let's go ahead and add this condition, which is gonna be if indeterminate equals to true, and we're gonna set the all variable to true, and set indeterminate to false. I'm going to explain why. And in order to make it happen, we need to again move this one above these set variables, because we want the all to affect. So basically we set all to true, then we want that all affect these vegetables and fruits, right? You'll see how it works right now. So right now, let's go ahead and test it. So if I, as you can see, if I click on this one, it should turn checked. And now we have successfully completed our dynamic prototype on Figma. And as you can see, however, because we covered all the possibilities, there's nothing going wrong here. And basically we figured out all the possible outcomes. So yeah, as you can see, I changed it, and again, check vegetables, check fruits, and as you can see, when I check vegetables and fruit is deactivated, all goes indeterminate. And if I check fruit, all is checked as well. And if I again uncheck vegetables, all goes indeterminate, and this one is checked. And if I again uncheck this one, all should be deactivated. As you can see, it's all working well. So yeah, that is that is the video for today. And I'm gonna put the link to this file as well down in the description. I'm gonna publish it to actually not publish it, you can just copy it and use it. And yeah, just duplicate it and see what you can do with it. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, let me know what you think on the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel would be nice. We just hit 1K, and I really appreciate and thank you all for your support, and let's continue creating other tutorials. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.